West Ham's Matheus Fernandes in their sights as possible midfield recruits for this summer. Nottingham Forest's Elliot Anderson and Carlos Baleba at Brighton remain high up on United's list as well, with the club determined to keep their options open. Well, Manchester City have prioritised Anderson as a possible addition to their midfield, but the battle between the two Manchester clubs for a player valued at around £100 million is likely to drag in a number of other big European sides who have been impressed by the England international. OK, I'm going to put you on the spot here. If you were Manchester United boss, who would be your number one midfield target for this summer?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think some good candidates there. And you can see the glaring need for Man United to go and strengthen that midfield area, especially with them going into the Champions League, European football, which they didn't have this year. So I think they've been able to get away with it a little bit with the lack of depth. So they're going to have to definitely address that position. And I think for me, the number one candidate would be Elliot Anderson. I really like the way he's played, the way he's come on over the last couple of years. Came on the scene with Newcastle, now made himself a regular in the England squad as well. So he's definitely ready for that, what I would call maybe next step. So whether it's Man United, Man City, I think it's going to be very difficult for Nottingham Forest to keep hold of him. I think it's been terrific, great energy, really good technical ability as well. So someone I think is ready for that next step.
Yeah, God, there's definitely going to be a bit of a tug of war for him, isn't there? So we know that they want to bring this midfielder in this summer. Obviously, Casemiro will be leaving on a free. Inter Miami seem to be strong contenders to sign him. It almost feels like his form has improved since he said he was going. How big a loss will he be?
Yeah, I think it'd be a huge loss. You know, it was only a couple of years ago people were almost begging and trying to urge him to leave the club, but he's definitely, you know, he's a world-class player. He's not achieved and won the trophies that he's done for no reason. I've heard Michael Carrick say as well how big of an influence he's been around the dressing room, as a leader, as one of the senior players. So I think that he's been super important for that team. Obviously ready for a different kind of challenge in his career and his family, and good luck to him. Whatever he decides to do, Inter Miami sounds like a really nice option, so don't blame him for that one. But he'll be a huge loss. And on the pitch, off the pitch, and it's obviously an area that Man United will have to address.
You mentioned Carrick. Now, he's obviously led United to wins over Liverpool, Manchester City, Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea. What have you made of the way that the United players have played under him?
Really impressive. I think the job he's done, the players have obviously very, very much taken to him. He's a legend of the football club, and I think what a bit of a genius stroke really by Man United. They probably haven't made too many great decisions over the years, but he's definitely one of them because he's commanded instant respect, adored by the fans. So the atmosphere around Old Trafford changed immediately after his appointment. So he's done a great job. I think his points per game is the highest out of anyone ever since he took over. So really, I'm not sure he can have a better case for his job or for the permanent job than he has done so far. And I think the players have taken to him. They've come up publicly, backed him, which is a really nice situation for everyone to be in.
Yeah, as you say, players coming out. Matheus Cunha was very strong in talking about how Carrick has kind of brought this Sir Alex Ferguson magic, uniting the players a little bit. Yeah, how important is that he's being publicly backed by this current squad?
I think really important. You can just see a change of dynamic around the whole football club. He's brought a lot of positivity within the players, given them a lot of confidence. They're performing. He's made so many good decisions. I think in terms of his team selection, he's always been really, really spot on. I think his appointments and his coaching staff have been great. Steve Holland, who's won at Chelsea and other clubs in the system, been with England for a long time, experienced man, knows what he's doing. Jonathan Woodgate, who's been a player at the highest level. So he's made really, really good decisions all around. But of course, Man United are ready to take that next step again, and that's to compete for trophies regularly, play in the Champions League, and that's going to bring a different kind of pressure next season.
Obviously, he took the job on this kind of short-term basis, which maybe doesn't have as much pressure, and perhaps could that have contributed to how well he's done? And if he was to be given the job more permanently, could things change?
Things could change. It will definitely be a different kind of pressure. Permanent boss or just, you know, the interim, as you say, is a different kind of pressure. And I think as well, expectations, good results are great, but they bring higher expectation. And the Manchester United fan base is always a fan base that wants the best. They have high expectations at all times. So the pressure is going to ramp up. And I think that's where his recruitment, because I think he'll get the job. I really do. I think they almost have to give it to him now. So he's going to have to recruit well, get ready-made players for the Premier League, and really be able to try and challenge on all four fronts next season.
Yeah, well, speaking of next season, we know it's going to be Champions League, and other than midfield, which we've discussed, where else do you think that they should strengthen?
I think that's the one thing, if you look at the Man United squad, the lack of depth is definitely something they need to address. Again, not having European football this year has been important for them, because I think that's been allowed them not to have to use as many players. I think centre half, a second goalkeeper, maybe even, maybe in the centre forward position as well.
Okay, so just a little bit of work to do.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work to do, I think, definitely.
Okay.